Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. What's going on out there? What's up, Raj? Good afternoon. Hey, Christian. How are you? Hey, Kevin, Cape Cod. I've always wanted to go to Cape Cod. Never been there. I hear it's quite nice. Hey, Shaz, what's up? You have some coffee? You're awake? Oh, welcome to the room, Kevin. Good to have you with us. Info Risk Trader, what's going on? How are you? All righty. What are we going to do with this kooky market? Okay, so I have rolled over to the new contract. Zazu, what's up? Hey, Jiraj, what's going on? You back to monk mode? What does that mean? Does that mean like take a trade, then do some kung fu or something, or what's the deal? I don't. Because that's fine too. Hey, caution, what's going on? Okay. Oh, what did I forget to do? I forgot to download that pen thing. Okay. Sorry, I will do that. I promise. Overnight inventory, ladies and gentlemen, is short. Okay. What does that mean? It means that all of the trading is underneath, well, not all of it, but more than 70, 80% of it is underneath the previous day's close. Right? We had contract rollover. We're in the middle of contract rollover. So we had a bit of a move up yesterday from some short covering, right? We got over that 5704, and I am on the wrong contract. Why am I on the wrong contract? No, I'm not on the wrong contract. Oh, we just dropped quite a bit. I've been away from the screen. Okay, yesterday's high was up at 5760. We're back down to that 5704 area. Here's the thing, right? This is really interesting. What if we get back into this area here? I wouldn't be surprised. Now, everybody wants us to find the low. And right now, here's the SP SPY. So we've done a liquidation all the way down, and we found some buying. And I think this buying was short covering because of the contract rollover, and maybe some traders taking off risk before the Fed. Does that kind of make sense? Right now, the M contract has taken over volume of the H. Right? That's trading 56.52. We're trading 57.04. Right? The short-term position is underneath us. So I think If we could stay above this, if we catch a bid, we might get some back and forth from 4 till the close for today. If we get accepted under that overnight low, put in a new overnight low, we're going to be looking for the overnight low as a target. Okay? Right? I mean the previous day low. Sorry. Okay. So there's not a lot of buying right now, if you notice. Right? We're not having any significant correction to overnight inventory. Now, who's around today? Zeth and Raj. No. Zeth, are you seeing the same data? I just want to double check my data since the roll. Hey, yes, how you doing? Just double checking my data. Sometimes you get things wrong. Just want to make sure that my profile looks the same price, same structure. What I do is I use the continuous contract volume-based rollover and then backdated, back adjusted, not backdated, back adjusted. Right? Yeah, well, that's just what I'm thinking, and then you always get get confused between the old one and the new one. So I always double check, always ask. When you're trading by yourself, I've got two systems, and I think they're both pretty much the same now. Yeah, I did it last night. I roll based on volume. Hey Mahar, how you doing? How's the skiing, snowboarding, whatever the heck you were doing? So, balance levels: 57.10 to 14, 10 half to 14. Double them to the upside to 21. Double them to the downside to 3 half. Look below and fail at 57.03. I took a couple of little scalps, in here and here. I'm just poking around the new contract, getting to know it, getting to know the order flow. Remember, the order flow is split between two contracts. You will want to remember that. As you can see, the M contract and the H contract, we've got a little bit, still got some volume in the old contract. So when you have volume like that in the old contract, you're splitting the volume between two products. So that might explain why we don't have as much order flow, as much follow through, right? Something to consider, right? What does that mean when we're trading? That means that we, you know, don't get too greedy, right? Because if you know that there's no follow through or less follow through, you don't hold on to your positions like a baby blanket, right? Sell into strength, cover into weakness, right? Tomorrow, what do we have? Okay, where's Mr. Bueller? Anyone? Fed. Thank you, sir. Or ma'am. You're new, I don't know. You got to be careful these days, right? You got to be careful. So anyway, there will be some caution. Caution means crappy order flow for retail traders. Okay? So trade less, right? The wise words of Red Foreman from the 70s show, don't be a dumbass, right? Make smart business decisions. Now let's see. What are we going to do off the open? That was a nice look below and fail of 5703. Come on, come back down under 7 so I can buy some. So, long biased off the open. Why? Because inventory is short. But just because I'm biased to the long side does not mean that it has to happen, right? I may want a move up. We've already had a move from 3 to 8. That overnight point of control has moved down from 20 to 14. So if you miss the move to the upside, what do? Right? Say you miss the 4 or 5 long to 7, 8, 9. Right? Well, do you want to just rush in and buy it here at 8? What I like to do is I like to see if it backfills. Right? I want to find a seller and then another seller and have them compete and push price lower. Not kind of seeing that yet. I'm seeing it kind of go sideways between 8 and 9. I don't want to buy it at 8 and have it drop all the way down to 5. This means I have to use that horrible word patience. Because as soon as you tell a trader to be patient, they give you the finger. Traders hate being told to be patient. So I try and say be smart. Maybe poke at their ego so they'll listen. To the sellers, the question I'm asking is, do the sellers own all the inventory under 5708? Let's see. That's what I'm watching right now. Seems that they do. Because nobody has to sell it under 8 to compete. Catch my drift? Right? So if you had 500 contracts and people are buying them at 8 and a quarter, 8 half, 8 3/4, well, you don't have to sell them under 8, right? There we go. There's an offer at 8. Come on down. Let's see if we can offer under 7. There we go. Bids at 7. They walked away from them. This is what we're watching, folks. The 1 minute candle You just draw a box for a level and see if the market can offer over or under that level. If the market cannot offer underneath that level, that means the sellers don't have to. See? But if a whole bunch of sellers show up and start competing, right? They all showed up to sell the same fake Rolex. Well, they're going to start having a price war and lowering price. Funky chicken, what's going on? Hey, JJ, time is fractal. Therefore, single prints abide by the same. They are single prints in all time frames, something that has helped in backfilling. Now, that is some grade A smart guy gibberish. I love you, man. I don't know what that means. Single prints are a short position or they're a chunk of volume. Keep it simple, my brother. Time as a fractal sounds like one of those songs written in the 70s. Ooh, you know. Listen, I love you. You might be right, but I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. You know what a backfill is, right? A backfill is when you go and create supply and then you go back and fill in that supply with, you create demand. Sorry, not supply. You create demand and then you go sell supply into it. That's how you move size, right? So I don't know about fractal time. I really don't. I'm sorry. I don't even know what that means, right? I don't know what I hear people talk about this fractal thing. I don't know what it is. I've never heard it on a trade desk in 33 years in the industry of selling stock. I've never heard what I don't know what that stuff is, right? And of course I'm just bugging you. Like it might be something really smart that you've fallen upon, but I have just no idea. You know, it sounds like a Doobie Brothers tune. New time is a fractal, you know. No, I haven't changed my mic setup. Does it sound kind of ratchet? Of course the same pattern happens in all time frames. It's the same business. Hey, Tim, right? It's not like one day we're doing a massage parlor, the next day we got an auto body shop, and then we're selling croissants, and then we're selling, you know, right? It's the same business. It's never changed. So of course all the same patterns going to happen in all time frames, right? Because it's a business, right? Make the donut, sell the donut, right? So, you know, there's a chart that shows donut sales on a daily basis, and there are charts that show donut sales on a minute by minute basis. Does everybody get that? Remember, folks, it's a market. You don't need to overcomplicate it, right? And fuck, that better be the same fuck that I'm joking with. Because if it's a new funk, then I've offended him. The old funk I can joke with. But honestly, I have no idea what fractals are. Where's the buyer? Where's the seller? Okay, well, good. You can take a joke. Now, what are we looking for now, right? We're looking to see if we stop selling around 4, right? That tells me that there are buyers under 4. Thank you, my brother. I was kind of looking for like a 4 buy, go under 4 and then come back up. Yeah, but I snoozed. Do we have news? Somebody said we have news, right? Housing starts. Thanks, Leslie. Inventory has not corrected, my friend. I'd say it's about, what, 75%, 80% short? Inventory's corrected when we go tag the close. Market profile people use the close to talk about inventory. Trades off the open. Well, I think if we can hold the 5s and the 4s off the open, we'll get rotation up to 10 and a half and 11. Now, what's our downside? What if overnight inventory does not correct because we have sellers? What then, smart guy, right? Okay, JJ. Well, I would not be shorting right in front of the overnight low. I would wait for a short if we get accepted underneath 5702. Then you've cleared out that area here. I would really, really wait, maybe till 1 and short 1 down to 5596, right? Because I see too much responsive buying right here where you expect it, right? You would expect in a normal business situation, you will expect responsive buying at the overnight low. Why? What is the mechanical reason for that? Short sellers are waiting there to cover, right? If they don't see the overnight low break, they will jump ahead and pay higher, and the market will offer higher. If the market doesn't offer higher, that means that there's product for sale and there's competition. Well, that's a really colorful chart. The old VIX. Interesting. I never looked at a chart of it. I just see a number. The closer to the open it gets, the least I'm not really likely to take a trade. I'd love a look below and fail of 5703 and a half, or a look below and go lower. But when it's futzing around here like the way it is, it doesn't suit the way I like to do business. Right? So trading, this type of trading, it's about doing business on your terms. 5703 and a half is working, huh? Let's see if that holds going into the open. Remember, you get to choose when to do business. That is really, we have a few advantages. One is we get to choose when to do business. So we have a way in which we do business that allows us to manage our risk. So we only trade when that happens. So now we've done a look below and fail of 3.5. Let's see if that fail's got any legs to it. We came under 3.5. Now we're above it. Do we stay above 3.5? This is a very simple way of trading, right? If we stay above 3.5, it means nobody has to sell underneath it. There you go, right? There you go. You see bids, right? Look at that. Now let's see if that holds. Notice it's starting to get a little frisky 4 minutes before the open. Do you see that? If you are a new trader and you are not fast, don't try and trade it. If you get sucked in by that big candle. All that happened was one big order. 57.03.5 is where I see the bids. Right here. Look. Right. Look below and fail. Had I been faster, I would have bought the 4s and 5s and flipped them out at 7, 7.5 on a quick scalp. Right? That might still work if it holds 3.5. Right? That's all we're doing. Somebody dropped a fairly sizable order. Watch the offer when you get down here. The offer keeps moving lower, it means that sellers have to compete. If the offer starts to lift like it did in the previous candle, it means the sellers have seen buyers and are raising prices. Because that is how commerce works. Right? So currently there are bids under 3.5. How can I tell? Because the offer is at 6. If there are no bids at 3.5, the offer would be at 2. Right? So if you bought some at 5, if I bought a few contracts at 5, I'd sell one here at 6. Or one at 6.25. What at 7, maybe 7, 6.75. Right? If I had a better cost average, if I was in at like 4 to 5, right? Tap them out, sell into strength, right? That's how you do these scalps before the open, right? Because you don't know what kind of order flow is going to happen when you open the door to the store, right? You don't know what kind of customers are going to come in. So I like to wait and see and then jump in, right? See, so we've got a seller at 6.5, and those sellers kind of ease up on the gas at 3.5. Get it? I agree, Shaz. I agree. If you are a newer trader and you're slow, use Globex. It's a longer session. It's nice and slow, and the agenda is very simple. It's just the movement of inventory. So here I am, right? I had a 4 bid in and a 5.25 offer. So I bought 4, sold 5.25, right? And now I will stop until the market opens, right? The reason I'm taking longs is because inventory is short and I'm seeing bids under 3.5, right? I'm seeing buyers under 3.5 because the market walks away from those buyers, right? If there were no buyers, the market would push underneath to find buyers underneath, right? You got to turn inventory into cash. You can't sit on it. You just can't sit on inventory and hope somebody buys it. You got to move it. That's business, right? Traders don't buy a position and hope it goes higher. That's not how you do business. Okay, seller at that 6.25. right here. Right? There they are. Don't be afraid to sell into strength. Right? If you're long 4 or 5, take the 7s. Right? Take the 7 3/4. Sell, sell, sell. JJ's House of ES. We will not be undersold. I would imagine that overnight low would get tested. Let's go down and give it a love tap, see what's down there. The software, the execution software and algo software that they have now is insanely efficient. And as soon as it finds like a large bid, it'll pull the offer up. If there are no bids, it'll push down and fill the bids that are there. The object of the business is to sell your inventory. I do use volume profile sometimes. I use it more of a teaching tool, right? Price will tell me what's going on at that level. The other thing is if I see a market trade in a sideways range for a period of time, I know that there's what you guys call a high volume lymph node there, right? Which is the position. But yeah, sure. Like if we go and draw a volume profile from that high to these lows, look, there it is, right? There's the position. Now, do we have to put it on sale and discount it? See, I told you that overnight low would get tested. Look at the volume coming in, right? There's Mr. and Mrs. Short Seller, right? They'll take a few contracts there because you open that door. That's like Black Friday. You open that door, people push their way in. That's what happened when you broke that stop. Now, see there. Watch the little red triangle. If you don't want to watch the offer, watch the little red triangle. Look, right? It's like a video game. Just kidding. Another look below and fail, maybe. I'm going to give it some time. There's only 10 seconds in that candle so far. If I miss the long, I miss the long. Right? Take your time. Remember, no one's holding a gun to your head. Right? If you're trading like you have a gun to your head, maybe just chill out, like ease off on the Red Bull. Right? You should be relaxed. Get them while you can, right? Get them while they're hot. Get your ES contracts. Get them while they're hot. Okay, I'm seeing another look below and fail of 3.5. Right, so if I buy 4.5, I only got one. Damn it! And I sold it at 6 3/4. Oh well, it's better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. Let's see where the sellers step in. Right, the look below and fail. You can build a career off that trade because it's scalable, it's expandable. Once you learn how to do it on a 1 minute time frame, you can do it on a 5, 10, 15 minute swing trading. It works. It's based on the oldest principle in business. When supply runs out, price goes up. Right? Very simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. Right? Hell, if it was easy, we'd all be buying those dinosaur skeletons like Ken Griffin. What's going on, Travis? Okay, we've got sellers at 6 3/4, 7. I like to sell into strength. I like to take my inventory and flip it quick, right? Now, some people have bigger warehouses and they can hold their inventory for longer. Here we go. All right. Accepting under the overnight low, under 3.5 targets 5,700. And then remember 56.96 half? So we took that low and come on, give me a couple of more points, right? So if you're short from the 5702s, remember I said short underneath when it confirms that there's a seller, right? What you got there, ES? Where'd you get that fancy software? There's 56.96 and a half to the tick, right? This works. Why does it work? Because it's based on business, right? Inventory, you put it on sale. We went right to the middle of the discount zone. Simple, right? So if you were short 5702.01, do some covering at 97. Pay yourself. If you still have contracts, right? If you're holding runners, if we accept under 96 and a half like this, put some bids in, put a 94 bid in, put a 95 and a half bid in, right? Where the stops are, put bids in before the stops. So they have to hit you to get to the stop. You know what I mean? Right? So the guy there, he got filled. People who were waiting for the stop didn't. Okay. Uh, hey, so EAS, yeah, we don't really teach that. It's a cool toy, but we just use a simple candle chart. Hope that doesn't bother you. Looking for 56.89 and a half. Right? That is cool. No denying. But it's not going to help retail traders in terms of discipline. I understand. Thank you. I understand. What software is that? That looks like DAS Trader. What was the other software? Man, I'm going back 20 years though. Oh, cool. Well, that's good. Now watch, you're going to get about 300 DMs from all these guys looking for the magic bullet in the room. What is it? How do you You are. They just get your DMs just getting it. Oh my god, look at that. It's the coolest toy, right? It's like when kids get a new Lego thing, right? The other kids just go nuts. It's a pretty bright level too. Okay, there's 89 and a half, and there's that stop. Target reached. The holy grail is patience, discipline, and hard work. And God, people hate hearing that. I hated hearing it. What's the holy grail? Patience, discipline, hard work, and money management. Oh man, that's boring. Don't you have like a flashy indicator or a machine that goes ping? Sellers are going to be at 95 and three quarters. Right there. Yeah, I want the Lambo indicator, baby. 2, 3, 4. You know, it's really funny. I saw this video of an old guy trying to get out of a Lambo. Oh my God, it was hilarious. It's like when you have the money, but you don't have the flexibility to drive that car. Oh, it's brutal. All right. Under 89.5, you can stay short, but watch out. The previous day low is sitting there like Ken Dryden and net. Patrick Roy. That's the end of my NHL history. Who was the kid from from Vancouver? He was a goalie. Oh, it was worse than that, Rudy. Oh yeah, getting out of those water beds, those were horrible too. Okay, if you're short, if you're short, people are going to complain. He doesn't talk enough about trading. If you're short, stay short as long as we're offered under 88, 89. Right? Come on. There you go. I'm short 85 and 3/4. I'm covering 84/4 because I'm just scalping. Right? And I'm flat into the 83 and 3/4. Luongo, that was his name. That's what that previous day low is. So we broke it. Now, do we do a look below and fail of the low? I used to like going long off the previous day low when we did the look below and fail. What I like now is to wait for the level. That way, it cleans out all the suckers, right? Sure, you don't get the lowest trade position, but at least you've cleaned out that seller under 90, right? Once you clean out the seller under 90, I'm ready for business. See, it's not cleaned out yet. See? And I'm not quick enough to catch that low. Now, this is the sucky part. I'm waiting for the next candle, but if this thing catches and a big buy order comes in, it's going to leave the station without me and I'll miss the trade. But c'est la vie. Okay, so seller at 92. Right? If I can get some at 91 and a half, I can sell it at 93, and that worked. So today I am scalping using the micro because I'm getting to know this contract. There's going to be sellers here. If we clean up that 56.94 seller, these are where you will encounter inventory on the way up. I rolled it last night, Rudy. And there are, if you look in the JJ video section of the room, there's a video there with detailed instructions on how to roll the contract. No problem. It's also in the one-on-one coaching room. See if we can get past the gatekeeper here at 96. Right? If they see buyers, they'll lift their offers. They're not stupid. Nope, not yet. So it takes time to clean out a market. Right? When you want to clean out a market, you learn to just sit there and try and take it in on the bid. Right? Hello. Aggressive little seller. Good thing you sold into strength, right, Chaz? I tell you got to sell into strength into this market. You cannot fall asleep at the switch. You DM'd me yesterday where, money boy? On Twitter? Let me take a look. Unfortunately, my friend, I do not. If your handle is money boy, I do not see a message from you. Sorry, my friend. I would happily email or message you back, but I don't see one. Hey, I'll see what's going on. There is no long opportunity in A, definitely. My ratio of losing trades to winning trades, I'd say out of 10 trades, I'd probably have maybe 3 losers, maybe 4. But I'm cheap, so my losses are small, right? It's a little, it's a little volatile, right? We're testing out this new contract, looking to see if that 56.69.5 holds. Right there, single prints down here in the profile from 2 days ago. So that's where shorts are trapped right there, 56.63. Okay. We haven't figured out how to get him on YouTube at the same time yet. It's VWAP Trader 1, money boy. VWAP Trader 1. Here, let me type it in, okay? I am verified. Yeah, that would be great, Steve. So what's next here? Dude, I can see that you're getting kind of upset, and I apologize, but I've got my Twitter open and I'm clicking on messages and I do not see a message from you. Okay? So I'm really, really sorry, but it's not my fault. Okay? Blame the app. Because I am clicking on messages and I don't see a message from you. I see message requests and I see messages. All right, let's get back to work here. After the session, I will DM you. How about that? If that's your Twitter handle. All right, 56.75.5 to 70 died. Let's see if we can move the point of control. Hey, Derek, welcome. How you doing? Yeah, sure. I'll message you right after the session, okay? If that's the same as your Twitter handle. Not a problem. If you are long and we can stay above 80, you're looking for 85 and a quarter, that low of yesterday. If we break 80, if we accept under 79, 78, we're going to come back down into that position, right? If we have the position, we'll stop SAS. See there. See how we stopped selling at 79? So if you're long, you can stay long from 79 to 82, 83. What I'm using is Sierra charts. The right-hand side is what we call a TPO chart or a market profile chart. The left-hand side, of course, is a 1-minute candle chart with VWAP and the standard deviance, standard deviations. And that's all I'm using. The market profile chart is simply a half-hour candle chart where you've peeled the clothing off it and you can see the inside, you can see volume at every tick. It helps us understand where inventory is being acquired and sold. Right? We got a nice rotation between 75 half and 79. Right? We got sellers at 82 because if I was long 75, I'd be selling 82 before the previous day low. Hell yeah. Yeah, exactly, right? Rollover, pre FOMC, but it's still tradable, right? It's still tradable. You can make a living. And about those ranges, we just have such thin order books that, especially if you drop a big order into this market, man, that order book thins out pretty quick. Nobody wants to take on too much risk yet. Point of control moved down to 56.77 and change. That's good. I should move this line. Understood, Money Boy. I'll reach out after the session here. Be happy to help. Okay, so right here for me, this is not business I participate in. The market's trying to find a bottom, and I'll let the large traders do that. So we are right pretty much in the center of this 8 times discount zone. So I will let the large traders work that out. I don't need to get involved in that. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy. So, folks who are listening, who are in the room, we will be having a price action lab today at 11 o'clock in the coaching room. Be about half an hour. Hey, DJ Trader, how you doing? You're a buyer? Well, there's product for sale, my friend. You're a buyer. There's certainly product for sale. So the nice thing about these zones is they keep me out of over trading. They keep me out of bad trades. They keep me from guessing, right? I only do business at the edges of the zone, especially on a new contract, because I haven't dialed into the subtleties yet. Hey, Texas Mike, how you doing? I love Texas. Did some of the best deals of my life with people from Texas. Handshake deals for 7 figures, no problem. 8 figures even. Great people. Look at that, right? Offer is moving lower and lower and lower and lower. That's how you get that downtrend, right? Because the offer is moving lower, creating a lower high of each candle. That means the sellers are initiating. That's great if you're short. That's beautiful. What's hey ES, what's the volume on Apple so far on Crab Apple? It's it's patience is a word I'm trying not to use. 'Cause people get mad at me when I say be patient. Nobody has the volume for Apple? I don't have my equity quotes up, so I'm just curious. 5.86 million shares? That's it? Wow. 16 billion shares in the float. That is that's thin. That's thin. All right, if you're short, you can stay short. Let's see if we can offer under 68 and a half. I do not see a long scenario just yet, right? As LC said, inventory is short and there is no correction. That means someone is coming out of product, right? 6 million, yeah, that's nothing. That's why the order flow in the ES is detached. Everybody says you got to watch stocks and and that's true. You got to watch stocks, but if you're trading the ES, for the love of God, do not take your eye off the order flow in the ES, right? Do not try and trade one market with another one. That's trying to drive one car using the steering wheel of another one. Just makes no damn sense. Oh, you got to have a laugh in this business. Okay. Sellers are right there at 73. Let's see if we can clean this thing up. Come on. Nope. Seller at 73. Big surprise. Big surprise. Thanks, Roach. Double bottom. That was repaired pretty quick. Looking for the J low to get taken out from yesterday. There it is. So yesterday's buying, right, that pushed us up. We're back into the value area of 2 days ago. Yesterday's buying that pushed us up was just a lot of short covering in one contract before the rollover, right? So they could get theirs. Now let's see if we hold the cost basis of 2 days ago, right? That's around just under 60, right? If I have to, then I got to put 16 of these things underneath because it's 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, right? It's just simple math. Okay. Let's see what we do. Those standard deviations are useless now. Okay, Money Boy, thank you. I will DM you as soon as I'm off. Why would volume be low in Apple and those large stocks? Because the people who own the really big positions in those stocks don't trade them. They're money management firms that invest. So they buy Apple. They bought it 15 years ago. They own 800 million shares of the stuff. They think in 30 years, because their time frame is they're holding money for pension funds, endowments. So they think in 30 years, Apple is going to make electric flying cars that are made out of soy. So you can fly from New York to San Francisco and then eat your car, right? Environmentally friendly. Stock will be at $4,000 a share. The people who sell stock when a market dumps are the people who bought it on margin. Of course, there's buyers, DJ Trader. Otherwise, we'd be under 5,500 right now. There's a buyer right there, right? So if you look at the 13 Fs, what tells you what the large companies buy and sell every quarter. Look at those 13 Fs at the end of March and see how many people like BlackRock and Fidelity and see how much Apple they sold. The only one who's ever come out of that stock lately is, as the Penguin would say, Warren Buffett. Right? He cut his position in half. Oh, okay. Man. So well, that was a long A period, LC. And see, the stops are useful. We went to that FG stop and we stopped to the tick. We didn't take out the D stop. The single prints are here, right? Single prints just mean that there are shorts trapped in this green box. Why? Because when C period took the A high, people who are using that as a stop, right? They'll be bid to cover when we come back. That's all it means. Yeah. Let me actually, good thing. I'll post that again, that chart. We didn't stay very long up there, right? right? Caught some bids now, right? Right where we think that they would be, right where the short sellers are trapped. That's where the market's going to be bid. Now let's see. Can we take out that 73? I'll be looking to see if we hold the 68s. Not the best trade location to go long here. But if you are a late long, right? Say you followed and you got caught in the highs here, right? It happens, and we're not perfect, right? So what do you do when you get into a trade that's not perfect? Well, you watch this area here, and if it holds, that's 68 and a half, you're okay. Use the levels to help you get out, right? And then if you're long, like say you're long 70, put some out at 73, 73 and a quarter, and see if the market takes you out, right? Because that 73, everybody else is selling there. So how about sell 72 and three quarters, right? Step in front of where the large seller is. Price compete, right? That's smart business, right? And if you missed it, right, you should have at least sold 71, right? Don't let your trade come back and put you into, into a loss, right? Now we've taken out that 73. The next stop will be 75 and a half, right? You've got to keep the money that you make. It's not house money, okay? There's no such thing. 75 and a half. There's 75 and a half. The levels are working nice this morning, right? Next target will be around 79, but I think there's going to be a seller before 79. Let's see. Could be wrong, have been before, wouldn't be the first time. Yeah, there's the seller right there, right? The top of the candle is where the seller initiates, and the other sellers will join and price compete lower. Once they find buyers, the offer will move higher, right? This is all done electronically, so it's insanely efficient, very fast. It's not like old guys talking on phones. See you, Zizu. Have a good one. Has resistance become support? When resistance becomes support, it means the position is secured underneath it, and there is no need to sell product in your cost basis if there are buyers, right? It's a market. It's a market. It's a market. It's a market. If we get back under 72, you'll be looking for 69. Okay? It's a two-sided market this morning. There are still sellers. We are still rolling over that contract. So there is going to be price competition and selling. Maybe we get a B-shaped profile today. Let's see. It's still early. It's still early. What I look for now is to find a nice rotation that you can trade. If you can find a nice rotation, that's sweet. Because and you don't have to trade it both sides. You can just trade it one way, right? You can just right. Like there's a little rotation. See? 66 to 75. That's a decent rotation. Let's see if 75 and a half they can break above, or do they look above and come back in? If they come back in, you'll be targeting 72. That's hilarious. Sing, my mother would always try and make that. It was like her quest to make the perfect one. Selling growth names. Well, stock is meant to be sold. See, we came down. We couldn't quite get to 72. Couldn't quite get to 72. So if you were short 74, right? Or, now we might get there. There's 72. Okay, come on. If you're short 74, 75, right? Put a 71 buy order in there just in case. It's always good to have, right? Remember, when you are short, you're a buyer. And in a choppy market, put your orders in so you get in line. When you're long, you're a seller. So put your orders in, right? Don't let somebody else scoop you. Right? Oh, there's the seller. Right to 66 half, eh? Pretty cool. Look below. Is it time to go yet? I'll wait till the next candle. If I was gonna scalp this long. First in, first out. FIFO, right? Hey, oh, it's AZS. What's up, man? How you doing? I tried to buy 68 and 3/4 and I was late. No dice. I did not get it. Oh well. You snooze, you lose. That's okay. Tells me the trade idea was right, but I was slow. And that happens. You're going to miss lots of trades in this business. Candles are getting smaller. Let's see. Let's see what we do at 66 and a half again. Long 67 and a half. Sell order at 69. No dice. And if we take out the bottom of that candle is where I scratch. Because as you know, I am cheap. I'm gone. Goodbye. Nice to know you. right? The reason for my trade went away, right? I didn't need to use 65. My stop was right underneath that candle. Now it might get back in there, and I might be able to take it. The thing is, I'm always too early. That's where I make mistakes, is when I jump in too early. I'm aware of that. That's why my stops are tight. See, there's still a seller, right? There's still a seller there. I don't trust it just yet, right? There's a seller at 66, half quarter. No need for me to go long if there's a seller there, right? So I stopped myself out and I saved myself all of this grief now. You see that? Be cheap. So guys, in the room, I use volume-based rollover because remember, folks, you guys are trading inventory, right? So your rollover should be volume-based, right? So I use continuous contract volume-based rollover back adjusted. And I've been doing that for years now, and it works really well. Look below and fail of 66 half again. You got to remember, LC is not a beginning trader. So if you're at his level of skill, you can do what he does. Just remember that. This is a guy who was put in enough 18-hour days in front of the screen so he can appreciate the subtleties. Rollover is a pain in the butt. That's the one thing I miss about stock, right? Microsoft is Microsoft is Microsoft. It doesn't change the symbol and it's not $40 higher, right? Crypto, no rollover? Yeah. I'm not trading crypto. I buy the coin of bitterness when it craps out. So let's see. And I put it away and I just forget about it. Just in case you kids are right about it, right? I'll participate, but I'm not putting my net worth in it because I don't know enough about it. Let's see. Damn it. 66, 67 and 3/4 bid denied. Slow. Too slow. Too slow. Had the bid in, but too late. Yeah, I don't really feel comfortable trading Bitcoin. So I'll just buy a little bit and put it away and be like those little grannies in the 1940s who buy 100 shares of IBM and put it in their safety deposit box, right? Right? Take the little stock certificate, you know? That's how I'm doing Bitcoin. And if it all blows up, okay, it was a fun ride. If it works, it works, right? I just don't know enough about it. I'm not dogging it. I own it. Yeah, I don't trust these single prints yet, not with all that inventory on top of us, right? Let's see. Right. Back above 66.5. Let's see that purge down to 62, clean everybody out. Can we get up to 72 now? I don't think the cake is ready to come out of the oven yet. On the long side, let's see. Oh, it's time for me to get another coffee. So I'm not calling out any trades until we stay over 68.5. If we can get over 68.5 and stay over, and look at that, right? Then we'll be looking for 72, right? So I grabbed 69 and 3/4. I'm out at 71 and 3/4 on one. That fixes that stop out that I took here. Right? When you flush a market, you flush out these longs and you create a few shorts underneath 66. So that helps push. When everybody goes to cover, you buy a little bit and sell into it. Is this a stocks focus group? My brother, I'm trading the ES, the E-mini futures. I talked about stocks a little bit, but it's not a stocks focus group. Sorry. 72 to that standard deviation at 74. Yeah, I got to admit, I've never traded stocks retail. Never had the desire. Have I ever tried a 2000 tick? No. There's one of the guys was talking about it last week. 2000 tick, 3000 tick, something he was talking about, but I wasn't paying attention. I just like a simple 1 minute candle, man. You know what I mean? Right? Yeah, I'll give it a shot. I just don't have time. Somebody else was talking about those bunko charts, right? And then somebody else was, oh, you got to try this chart. And then there's the itchy and scratchy and all that stuff. Not that I have anything wrong with it, but I just like a simple candle chart, right? Right? I'm sure they're great. I've heard good things. I just haven't had the time to try it all. So I can't teach something that I don't know anything about. You know what I mean? And the candle's so simple. I'm like, why screw it up? It tells me where the sellers are. It tells me where the sellers stop selling, so I can go a little long, right? And then become a seller. I don't know. After 33 years, I like just simple, straightforward, right? The more stuff I have on the screen, the more confused I get as a retail trader. Now I can run 8 level 2s at the same time. That's not a problem when I'm dealing in stocks. But I am a big believer in simplicity, right? Make the donut, take the donut to market, sell the donut. When nobody wants to buy the donuts, they put them on sale, right? That's why they call it a market. So there's that wall of sellers at 73. No, I don't mind at all. People tell me about all kinds of charts, right? And we have people in our rooms who trade everything, right? Sometimes LC, you'll catch him trading cheddar cheese, right? So we do have all of that. I just teach on ES because it's a simple market to learn on, right? And we can just keep it simple and trade the rotations. This way you can learn how to trade, make a little bit of money. You know, once you get good at it, then you can branch out and trade gold or oil or Bitcoin or um, frozen concentrated orange juice like the Dukes and Eddie Murphy, you know, hogs, cattle, right? I know nothing about that stuff, right? Hogs and cattle. That is not my deal, right? I've never traded gold. I've run mining company stocks, and worked with the CEOs and the investors of gold mining companies. One of my clients drilled for oil in California, 17,000 feet, dry well. That was $5 million down the tubes. Thank God it wasn't mine. Yeah, I don't know anything about commodities trading. The ES is nice because also the ES has the micro, right? You can learn how to trade with training wheels, right? So you don't hurt yourself, right? Have daily loss limits, they have funded accounts. Everything is set up for your advantage. All you need is a little bit of self discipline and the ability to follow simple instructions, right? Yeah, it's very liquid. I mean, not like we're trading 5,000 ES contracts, but it's liquid and it's a 23-hour market. And it's not a, how would they say, what do they say in England? It's not a dodgy market. The spreads are usually good, the fills are good, it's orderly, everything that you guys take for granted that didn't exist 15, 20 years ago. Price action's nice. Look at these lovely rotations between 66 and 75. So what we teach is when it does the look below and fail of 66 half, you buy a little bit, put your stop under there, sell a little here at 70, sell a little here at 72. And if you have some left, by the time it gets to 74, 75, get out. That is not a bad trade. That's a 10-point rotation almost, right? Nothing wrong with that. We're wrapping up. So make sure you come and visit us at Microefutures. We have a 7-day free trial, right? Come say hi, DM me in the room, right? Oh, and before we go, I want to put out a little message out. I've been talking to some people who've been having a hell of a hard time. If you are having a hard time, and how about before you lose a lot of money, reach out for help, okay? Like, don't wait to lose all your money before you reach out for help, okay? I am around. I answer my DMs. It's VWAP Trader 1, right? Just VWAP Trader 1. Real simple, right? Please come out and message me if things are bad, right? Don't don't wait until you blow up your account. If you're starting to lose your grip on reality, reach out before all your money is gone. I'll be happy to help. Okay? Thanks everyone. Have a wonderful morning and we'll see you tomorrow. Be smart out there. Bye for now.